Welcome to Brain Popcorn, your daily dose of financial wisdom and motivation. We break down the world's best books on money, mindset, and success, turning powerful ideas into lessons you can use to build wealth, discipline, and purpose. Learn, grow, achieve. Financial freedom starts with the right mindset. At Brain Popcorn, we simplify the world's best money and motivational books, one powerful summary at a time. Learn wealth, build habits, grow daily. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Imagine growing up in hell, beaten as a child, bullied in school, failing every class, stuttering, broke, depressed, only to rise and become a Navy SEAL, an ultramarathon champion, a world record breaker, and one of the mentally strongest humans alive. This is the story of David Goggins, the man who proved that the mind, not the body, is your strongest weapon. Today on Brain Popcorn, we break down Can't Hurt Me, a brutal, honest, life-changing guide to becoming unstoppable. Let's begin. Chapter 1, Childhood Hell, Storytelling Breakdown. David Goggins didn't grow up like most kids. His childhood was chaos, abuse, violence, and fear. His father, Trunnies Goggins, ran a skating rink but ruled the house like a prison. David, his brother, and his mother were beaten constantly. Nights were filled with screams. Days were filled with fear. School wasn't easier. He faced racism, learning difficulties, and crippling insecurity. Goggins lived in survival mode before he even knew what survival meant. But here's the twist. This darkness planted the first seed of the warrior he would later become. It taught him, no one is coming to save you. If you want to escape hell, you must build your own ladder. Chapter 2, The Victim Mindset. Young Goggins saw himself as a victim. Bad grades? Victim. Life unfair? Victim. People judge him? Victim. But everything changed the day he discovered the accountability mirror. He stuck notes on his mirror with brutally honest truths. You are lazy. You're fat. You're scared. You're lying to yourself. This wasn't motivational fluff. It was war. Every day, he faced the truth, and the truth forced him to change. This is your first lesson. You cannot transform your life until you confront your reality without sugarcoating it. Chapter 3, Failing the Air Force. Goggins joins the Air Force hoping for a fresh start, only to discover that he was still the same scared kid inside a grown man's body. He fails the pararescue program. He quits during the hardest parts. His fear of water keeps him from advancing. And the moment he fails, he runs back to comfort, a dead-end job, spraying for cockroaches. This chapter is powerful because it teaches a painful truth. You can change your environment, but if you don't change your mind, you'll repeat the same failures. Chapter 4, The Breaking Point. One night, covered in roach chemicals, overweight, and depressed, Goggins sees a Navy SEAL video on TV. Something snaps. He says, I became the weakest man I knew. I needed to become the hardest. He calls recruiter after recruiter, over 50 of them, until one finally gives him a chance. But there's a condition. Lose 106 pounds in 3 months. No one thought it was possible. Doctors warned him. His friends laughed at him. But David flipped the switch from victim to warrior. He entered what he calls the superhuman zone, where excuses die and discipline takes over. Chapter 5, The Painful Transformation. These 3 months were hell. He ran on broken feet, sat in ice baths, stopped eating junk completely, studied for hours, worked out 3 to 4 times a day, slept only a few hours, pushed through asthma, pushed through injuries. Goggins didn't just lose weight. He lost his old identity. He proved that discipline can transform anyone, no matter how far gone you think you are. Chapter 6, Hell Week, Becoming a Machine. David enters SEAL training, the hardest military training in the world. He fails twice. His knees explode. His feet break. He gets pneumonia. His shins crack. But on the 3rd try, with legs wrapped in duct tape, he finishes Hell Week. This is where he creates the legendary 40% rule. When you think you're done, you're only using 40% of your capability. Humans quit long before their real limit. The body is capable. It's the mind that breaks. Chapter 7, The cookie jar. Whenever life got unbearable, Goggins survived by reaching into what he calls the cookie jar, a jar of memories filled with every hardship he overcame. Abusive childhood? Survived. Failed Air Force? Came back stronger. Lost 100+ pounds? Done. Hell Week? Conquered. Each memory gave him power. Proof that he could do the impossible again. Your cookie jar is your bank of victories. When life gets hard, withdraw strength from your past selves. Chapter 8. Ultra Endurance Madness. After becoming a SEAL, Goggins decides he hasn't suffered enough, so he enters ultramarathons. Here are just a few of his insane accomplishments. Runs 100 miles without training. Runs a 205-mile race. Competes with broken bones. Rips his body open and keeps running. Pushes himself to the edge of death multiple times. Why? Because suffering became his superpower. Not a punishment, a weapon. Goggins believes suffering is the doorway to greatness. Chapter 9. Removing the governor. Goggins says we all have a mental governor, like a device in cars that stops them from reaching maximum speed. Your governor is fear, anxiety, laziness, self-doubt, comfort, your excuses. Goggins teaches that once you remove this mental limit, your potential becomes endless. You don't become superhuman. You just remove what was holding you back. Chapter 10. Taking souls. This is one of the hardest Goggins mindsets. When someone doubts you, don't argue. Don't complain. Crush them with your performance. Goggins used this mentality during Hell Week. When instructors tried to break the class, Goggins smiled, ran harder, pushed further, and made them respect him by force. Take their soul by outperforming their expectations. Fire Chapter 11. The Advanced Accountability Mirror. By now, the mirror becomes more than sticky notes. It becomes Goggins' entire identity. Every day he sets insane goals, tracks progress, calls out his weaknesses, holds himself to higher standards than everyone else. He argues that improvement is impossible without radical honesty. Not kindness, not motivation, truth. Fire Chapter 12. Becoming uncommon among the uncommon. This is the moment Goggins describes becoming something else entirely. It wasn't enough to be a good SEAL, not even enough to be elite. His mission, become the best among the best, uncommon among the uncommon, to be the hardest worker in rooms full of hard workers. This principle changes everything. If you want to dominate life, don't compete with the average, compete with the elite. Fire Chapter 13. The mission never ends. Goggins ends the book with one message. Life is a constant war. Comfort is the enemy. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. Every day, you wake up and face a new battle. Your job is to win again and again. There is no finish line, no retirement from greatness. The mission never ends. Final message of the book. David Goggins teaches that you are capable of 20 times more than you think. You must do hard things daily. Pain is your teacher. Discipline is your freedom. Suffering builds character. The mind must be trained. Excuses will destroy your life. You are unstoppable once you decide to be. Kindly subscribe to the channel and put on the post notification. Be the first to be notified when we upload. Let's grow to 100 subscribers. Comment below if you will follow these principles and become productive and prepare your mind for success thoughts to take control. Follow me for more masterclass book summary. Share with others. Do not forget to subscribe. I will leave the link at the description and also pin it at the comment section. I have a surprise for you there. So don't hesitate. Enjoy your day.